we had this experience na napatawag kami ng MTRCB. Hinarap namin yon at we learned a lot from it actually.
How are you as a family man?
I've mellowed since nagka-COVID ako. Dati medyo uptight ako, masyado akong stricto.
Our guest today is one of the original cast members of the Philippines' longest-running gag show, Bubble Gang, and is dubbed as the Kapuso comedy genius, Michael V.
How does it feel to have a show which is a quarter of a century old?
Grabe. Ibig sabihin, ang tagal ko na palang ginagawa talaga. No, I'm really proud of what we've done here. I'm really proud of the show. Kasi parang mga nakasulat sa libro, it all started with a dream. Nung ginawa namin tong Bubble Gang, wala rin naman kaming ganung klaseng expectations. Basta nagkakaisa lang ang grupo, yung creative group at saka yung mga talents, to come up with a really really good show every week. So I think that's the formula there. Parang the reason why it's like that is because ayun nga, talagang dedicated yung mga tao behind it. So nakaka-proud.
From the start, hands-on ka talaga sa show.
Yeah, I used to be the creative director. Pero now parang kasi dahil nga nung nagka-pandemic, hindi ko matutukan. So I asked somebody else to take charge.
Question, Bitoy, bakit Bubble Gang yung title?
I think it was from what I remember, si Wilma Galvante or si Marivin Ariata or silang dalawa ang nag-formulate nung title. Silang dalawa yung gumawa ng title na yun. Sila yung nag-coin ng Bubble Gang dahil daw it's a group na bubbly, masayahin. So bukod pa dun, if you have a taste of the bubbly, para kang lasing, wala ka ng inhibitions. So parang yun yung naging basehan nung title ng show.
Pero ikaw, Bitoy, paano ka nag-start sa comedy? Kasi you started as a singer-rapper diba? Nakikinig ka sa mga music mo noon eh. So paano napunta yung biglang nag-crossover to comedy?
Well, from the materials that I did, from the songs that I did before, yung mga rap albums ko, evidently, makikita mo na puro novelty songs, puro patawa. So, nag-start yung parang opportunity na mai-showcase yung comedic talents or yung acting talents ko with show sa ABS dati, yung Ready, Get, Set, Go. So, meron silang segment doon na nagpapakita sila ng trivia eh. They present it in a comedic, in a sketch manner, sketch form. So sabi ko, sali ako doon kahit walang bayad. So doon na nagsimula kasi passion ko talaga eh, gusto ko talaga eh. At napansin naman ng mga tao, firstly ng Channel 5, ng Tropang Trumpo, and then eventually branch out sa movies. Tapos eto na nga sa GMA Network. Dito na ako nanirahan ng tuluyan.
May mga naging influences?
Marami. Locally, syempre si Dolphy, hindi mo maitatanggi talagang makikita mo doon sa mga ginagawa naming sketches eh. Maraming mga Dolphy-inspired sketches doon eh. Tapos, growing up, yung mga sitcoms na napapanood ko at mga gag show, yan si Ramon Zamora, yung Super Laugh-In noon, ang Bad Bananas, gustong-gusto ko yung tawag dito Banana Sunday. Yan. Tapos tawag dito yung Champuy, Todas, and John and Marcia. So sila lahat, yung Tito Vic and Joey, very much part of me, yung comedic aspect ni Michael V. Growing up, malaking part ng pagkatao ko sina Tito Vic and Joey. Tapos sa foreign, ang influences ko ay yung Benny Hill Show at saka si Mr. Bean, si Rowan Atkinson.
Si Mr. Bean na wala nang ginagawa, I mean, talagang walang mga dialogue pero talagang nakakatawa siya.
Hilay pa lang ulam na.
Ano ang sikreto para tumagal ka sa industriyang ito? Paano paano ka nakisabay? Kasi from old school, naabutan mo yung pag-bridge eh.
Wala pang social media.
To the digital transformation eh.
Yes. Adaptability, I guess. Evolution. It's important to find out what's going on around you and to be relevant. And I'm glad na nandito ako sa Bubble Gang na show kasi it's a very relevant show. Ano siya kumbaga sa lengguwahe ng mga kabataan ngayon, yung show is woke eh. Talagang alam niya ano nangyayari sa paligid and we react accordingly. With the sketches, with the gags, and with the characters that we build. So I'm glad to be part of that. And I guess it's a big part na rin nung kung bakit hanggang ngayon nandito pa rin ako at nandito pa rin kami.
May mga gusto ka pa bang makatrabaho? I mean, yung mga idolo mo, yung mga nag-influences mo na gusto mong makatrabaho pa?
Yeah, I guess so. For the longest time, syempre, gusto mong makasama sina Bossing and for a project. Again, kasi nagkasama na kami before. Pero itong stage in our lives, itong age namin, I think we could do mature roles na. Comedy pa rin, syempre, but still mature roles. I miss the opportunity of working with Dolphy and I wish na yung mga pioneers ngayon na nandiyan dyan sa industriya pa, gusto ko silang makasama. As well as the new ones, especially yung mga bago natin mga kapuso, gusto ko rin sila makatrabaho eventually.
You talked about yung pagiging mga woke, ano? Minsan ba may or madalas ba may mga sumisita? May mga sumita ba? Tsaka dahil yung mga sketches nyo may patama, may opinion, and how do you handle that?
Dati MTRCB lang and we had this experience na napatawag kami ng MTRCB dahil sa medyo offensive daw sa mga babae, sa kababaihan na sketch. So hinarap namin yon at we learned a lot from it actually. Kami ng staff and crew, pati yung creative group. Malaki ang natutunan namin doon. And we learned to draw a fine line between offensive and not offensive. But then again, we always try to push the boundaries. Alam mo naman kami, matitigas ang ulo namin. Hanggat makakalusot, ilulusot namin. Pero dahil siguro nag-mature na rin yung creative group, we learned to avoid getting ourselves and the network in problems like that as well.
Mas mabilis ba ngayon na dahil may mga social media, mas mabilis yung feedback, yung pag-engage ng fans sa inyo?
Yeah, before akala ko para ka makakuha ng immediate reaction, you have to be a stand-up comedian kasi there was a time na pinangarap ko rin yan. Gusto ko maging stand-up comedian para makuha ko immediately yung reaction nila, yung approval dun sa material na ginagawa ko. But then again, came in the social media. So, yung mga comments, pwedeng live na. It's good and bad at the same time. Dahil unang-una, kung good yung response nila, okay. Pero marami kasing maraming dalubhasa ng mga netizens.
At mga mema.
Oh. Dalubhasa sa pagmemema. Nagiging dalubhasa sila minsan sa larangan ng comedy, ng sining, ng siyensya, at saka politika at reliyon na alam mo namang bababaw ng mga basehan nila pero dahil nabasa na nila yung headline, akala nila napag-aralan na nila. So, better, ito palagi ang tinuro sa akin ng asawa ko, do not engage.
Correct.
Pagka merong mga nagko-comment na gano'n, na negative, ang dali namang block or mag-delete ng comments. So, use the power dun sa to your advantage.
Kasama yan, it's all part of it, yung positive at saka negative, no? Feedback.
You have to learn the hard way sometimes, no? Pero you will learn eventually.
If you were not in showbiz, ano marahil ang profession mo ngayon?
I took up mass communications. I graduated from PLM. So, I wanted to be in advertising before. So, after mass communications, bala ko pa mag-fine arts after that para makapag-major sa advertising. So, that's probably where I will be right now. Magagamit ko pa rin yung skills ko sa pagsusulat, sa creativity, at sa arts.
Related talaga sa media.
Oo nangyari lang parang na fast track tapos imbis na behind the camera, ako yung nalagay sa harap ng camera.
No, at naging mas maganda kasi on cam at saka behind the camera. Diba?
Tama. At saka nagkaroon ng symbiotic relationship yung advertisers at saka yung shows and the network as well. Dahil hindi ka naman kukunin ng advertisers kung hindi malakas yung show mo. And hindi naman lalakas yung shows mo kung walang mga advertisers na pumapasok. So, it's a cycle. It's a circle of life, sabi nga ni Simba.
Your daughter, si Brianna, has recently entered showbiz na rin. So, paano mo siya ginaguide? I mean, stage dad ka ba?
Medyo.
Hindi si Miss Ayoy, si Bitoy.
Parang ako pa yung minsan yung excited na mag-post ng mga tungkol sa sa appearances niya, tsaka yung mga numbers niya. Well, hindi mo naman mapipigilan kasi baby ko yan So hindi talaga mapigilan na minsan nakaka-proud yung moment na yun. And I'm glad that she's listened to us all these years. Nakikinig siya sa mami niya, sa akin, sa mga guidance namin growing up. And even before she entered show business, parang meron na siyang clear sense of what's good and what's bad, what's right and what's wrong dito sa industriya. So, I'm so proud of her talaga.
Oo, at saka ang galing-galing talaga. Kanino nakuha yon? Kay Miss Ayoy o sa'yo?
Para walang problema. Parang hindi ako away ng asawa ko. Kaya yun. And then, yung guitar skills, definitely, wala ako nun. So, sa mami niya natutunan yun. At saka, I'm glad na headstrong din siya kagaya ng mami niya. And hindi siya magpapaapi dito sa industry. Unless yun ang role niya.
What a fun and interesting conversation. Before we continue, let's take a short break.
Ang mga Kapuso shows mapapanood at mapapakinggan din abroad via GMA Pinoy TV, GMA Live TV, at GMA News TV channels. Para mag-subscribe, visit www.gmapinoytv.com. Follow us at GMA Pinoy TV on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Viber, and TikTok for the latest updates on Kapuso programs, artists, events, promos, and more. Salamat, Kapuso!
Welcome back. We're still with Michael V.
How are you as a family man?
I've mellowed since nagka-COVID ako.
Recent lang pala yun.
Hindi. Kasi dati medyo uptight ako. Masyado akong stricto. I try to be as fun as I can be throughout the times na magkakasama kami. Kumbaga pagka wala ako sa trabaho, daddy talaga ako. Yun ang designated role ko. And I enjoy being a dad. I love being a dad. I love my kids. I enjoy them so much as I can. Kasi lagi nga sinasabi, di ba? Sandali lang yung childhood Ang bilis na lumaki ng mga bata ngayon. So we have to take advantage of the time na bata sila. And parang na-spoil na nga yung iba dahil hanggang ngayon, yung binata ko, baby pa rin. So
pumapayag naglalambing lang yun.
Naglalambing sila. And we're glad na pumapayag silang magpa-baby, kahit ganon. And after COVID, nung nagka-COVID ako, I realized na parang every minute, every day in our lives, importante to express how you love them, to have fun with them, every chance you get.
Speaking of COVID, last year, it was very challenging for you. Ano yung mga naging realization mo while you were battling COVID?
Yeah, na life is really too short na. Pwedeng ganun lang, tapos na. So, marami na rin tayong iniyakan ng mga kamag-anak, kakilala, kaibigan because of COVID. And it's really eye-opening. You should not take people for granted. You should not take your career for granted. You should not take life for granted. So, yun essentially yung mga dapat matutunan ng lahat ng tao. Kasi ang ganda sanang slogan yan. Pagka if you take everything into consideration, if you don't take anyone or anything for granted, mas magiging maganda yung buhay natin. Globally.
Ngayon, kasi we can see you look okay and ka parang very thankful tayo syempre na nalagpasan mo yon, but we witnessed your journey, put it out there. How did you remain positive? How did you remain hopeful? Because may mga times, 'di ba, depressing lalo na ng mga unang stages
Mm-hmm. I was lucky na hindi severe yung dumapo sa akin, and nakaya ng home quarantine, medication, and yung occasional check-up sa doktor. It could have gotten worse, and could have gotten more difficult for me. Pero, well, siguro tulong na rin ng mga pagdadasal ng mga tao around me, yung mga supporters, at saka yung mga nagki-care para sa health ko. Yung mga dasal nila, I think malaki yung naitulong. And I felt bad for people with a severe condition kasi naramdaman ko moderate pa lang yung sa akin, pero ganun na yung epekto. What more kung yung mga medyo tinamaan ng matindi.
At saka yung mental challenge siguro noon.
That one, hindi naman ako masyadong nagka-problema. Medyo malikot ang utak ko maraming gustong gawin yung kamay ko. So, hindi naman ako naubusan ng gagawin. So,
ano yung mga pinagkaabalahan mo noon? Kasi nagkaroon ka ng maraming alone time, me time Saan mo na ibuhos yung energy mo during that time?
I will start with Lego.
Ang mahal na hobby niyan. But
hindi, matagal na yan Matagal na yung nakatenga. Supposedly, gagamitin namin. Nagkaroon kami ng agreement ni Mrs. Na gumagawa siya ng Christmas Village during the Christmas season. Sabi ko, maganda siguro kung Lego gamitin natin. Siyempre, partly, may vested interest na rin ako doon kasi growing up, medyo deprived ako sa Lego. Marami. It's a whole street. It's a whole parang downtown LA yung ganyan, tapos merong scenery sa mountainside, yan yung mga cabins, yung mga town na rural yan. Tapos
hingi kami ng video niyan, Bitoy, para ma-post namin i-share mo naman sa amin
Kakaririn namin yan ni Mrs. na ma-set up yan bago magpasko. Kasi ilang taon na natenga tagal nang nakatenga nun. Mahirap pala gawin. Hindi pala ganun kabilis mag-build, especially kung ganun karami.
But eto mga to na-purchase abroad o pina-deliver?
Iba-iba
ito yung mga nabili sa mga travels.
Marami na kasi talagang may iba dito ko binili, may iba in-order ako abroad. Yung mga hindi ko na mahanap na physically, hindi ko na mahanap sa mga stores, in-order ko na lang online. Pero yan, isa lang yan bukod doon, syempre nandoon pa rin yung paglalaro ng video games. Tapos nandoon pa rin yung pagdodrawing, pero minsan mahirap yung pagdodrawing dahil nakakahilo minsan pagka yung medyo hindi okay yung lagay mo because of COVID. And I think watching movies, malaki na itulong. Dahil mga series na natapos na dati hindi mo napapanood. Nakatulong yung mga streaming services ng mga kung ano-anong movies at series. At saka, more importantly, yung nagkaroon kami ng ritual. Since nag-start yung COVID, ang dami kasi naming nabalitaan na ganyan, na nagsasuffer, nahihirapan, na hospital, yung iba binabawian ng buhay. So we started, parang meron kaming rosary prayer twice a day. Meron in the afternoon at saka meron sa gabi. So hanggang ngayon, tuloy-tuloy yan. Hindi kami nag-stop. Parang everyday, hindi yata kami nag-absent from prayer. Hindi lang para sa sarili namin, kundi sa lahat ng taong affected.
Ang nice. That's really, really nice.
Maganda nga yun na ma-instill sa mga anak mo na growing up sana. Ganun sila lumaki with their families.
Let's continue our discussion with Bitoy after a few commercial breaks.
The past 2 years had been the time we spent making, baking, planting, renovating, laughing, adding, and trying. But no matter what life throws at us, there will always be something to lift our spirits and give us sparks of hope. We invite you to tell us your stories with shots and snippets of the things that helped you survive this pandemic. Send your snapshots and stories to PinoyInbox@gmanetwork.com and we'll feature them on our newest inspirational segment, Pockets of Hope, on GMA Pinoy TV.
What legacy does Bitoy want to leave behind? Let's find out as we continue with our episode.
Ano yung pinaka na-miss mo during lockdown? Yung mga na-take for granted mo before? Parang biglang naisip mo, hindi ko na magawa to ngayon.
There are times na dinidespise mo yung tenga 'Diba? Pagka yung nagta-taping ka tapos biglang wala kang gagawin, ang tagal yung nakatambay doon, kasama mo, eto yung mga kasama mo sa trabaho, andun lang with you, puro usap lang ang ginagawa ninyo. Nakakala mo that was the worst of it. Pero upon reflecting, that's the best part pala of doing the show. Yung quiet moments, yung intimate moments, being able to talk to each other, sharing stories, sharing problems, and solving them together. Yun ang malaking bagay na na-miss ko. Sabi nga nila, yung gamit na word, yung camaraderie. Yan. Nawala eh. Parang hindi mo magawa yung camaraderie online. Talagang iba yung nagagawa ng face-to-face meetings and the meals that you share with them, the stories that you share with them. I treasure that forever. And kahit mabalik yung ganong sistema na mahaba ang tenga, nagkaroon na ako ng bagong appreciation for that.
Iba pa rin yung harapan eh, no?
Tama.
Iba pa rin. At
like right now, it may look as if I'm talking to you or the audience, pero hindi, camera ang nakaharap sa akin.
Oo, yung may physical na tapik o kaya minsan kahit akbay.
Tama. Yun nga, yung mga nuances ng galaw ng kilay at saka yung kurap ng mata at saka yung paggalaw ng butas ng ilong. Yun ang nakakamiss sa mga kausap mo.
Mensahe mo para sa mga taong may pinagdaraanan pa rin challenges ngayon?
For me, I've proven this myself. Meron talagang meaning. Ang hirap i-explain, ang hirap, may kanta akong ginawa, di ba? Yung ba't ganon?
Na hindi na kailangang itanong, magduda, pag-isipan, di ko malilimutan, lagi kong napapanaginipan at wag ka nang magtanong, ba't ganon?
Huwag ka nang magtanong kung ba't ganon. Kasi lahat ng answers sa question mo, nandiyan lang sa paligid mo eh. All you have to do is be quiet, be still, and listen. The answer is right there. Ibubulong na sa'yo. So it's a good thing. It's good practice to listen sometimes. Hindi mag-shutdown muna tayo, hindi lang sa physical world natin, kundi pati sa social media. From time to time, maganda. Tigil mo muna yan, baba mo muna yung telepono mo. Appreciate mo muna yung mga tao sa paligid mo at saka yung mga bagay na meron ka ngayon.
Yeah, when people see you, komedyante ka, feeling nila, ganyan ka rin sa likod ng camera. Kumbaga yung ganyan, kung anong nakikita nilang Bitoy, Mapayaya, Mr. Aximo, lahat. Sino ba talaga si Bitoy? Kapag wala ng ilaw, kapag sa likod na ng camera, sino si Bitoy?
Mahirap tanggalin yung mga character na yon sa buhay ko. The reason why I perform them that well is because I've experienced parts of that character's life, yung mga pinagdaanan nila, and mahirap i-detach yun sa akin. Actually, madaling i-reconnect, pero mahirap i-detach. So, kung tatanungin mo ako kung sino si Michael V without the makeup, without the costume, I'm all those characters rolled up into one.
Piliin mo lang kung ano yung ita-turn mo.
Pwede.
Wala gano'n. Ano pa ang gusto mong ma-achieve sa iyong career? Ano pa ang susunod mong mga gagawin, plano?
Etong pandemic has been a challenge for me. So, I would like to be a part of the solution with regards to entertainment. Ang hirap kasi hindi pa ganun ka-definite yung yung protocols kung paano mag-shoot, paano mag-taping, paano bumuo ng show. Dahil nga nag-iba na yung dynamics eh. Ang dami nang hindi pwede, ang dami nang bawal, ang dami nang hindi pinapayagan. So I'd like to be part of that solution. Paano bang gagawin natin talaga para makapag-create? Kasi hindi na pwedeng normal eh.
New normal na kumbaga, moving forward.
Oo eh. Yung new normal, talagang kailangan maging bago. Hindi pwedeng you take elements from what we do before, like yung core, pero the way you do it should simply be different. It should be done another way.
Ano ang gusto mong maalala sa iyo ng iyong mga fans? Yung tipong kapag nakita nila ang pangalang Michael V o Bitoy,
ano ba yung sinulat ko sa Instagram ko? The only regret that I can think of is parang if I can't make anyone smile anymore. So, gusto ko mapangiti sila. Gusto ko maalala nila yung kung paano ko sila napangiti during my lifetime.
Maraming salamat, Bitoy, and congratulations sa 25 years ng Bubble Gang. Talaga namang minahal kayo sa buong mundo ng mga Pinoy all over the world. And
the only reason why that is because mahal na mahal din namin yung audience namin. Yung mga kababol mula noon hanggang ngayon, ang pangako namin, andito pa rin kami.
My brother passed away mga 10 years ago. He was 36 at that time. Alam mo, sa hospital, every Friday talaga, ikaw ang pinapanood niya. Number 1 fan mo yon, tuwing Friday yon, palagi kong, and that would make him smile palagi.
Yan, yung mga ganyang stories, those are the stories that I hold dear to my life talaga. Maraming mga nagkikwento sa akin yan, and na-appreciate all of those. And I'm glad na kahit paano naging part ako ng happiness nila habang nabubuhay sila.
Good luck and more power. Thank you so much, Michael V.
Thanks, Tony.
We would like to thank Michael V and GMA Music for allowing us to use the song Ba't Ganon in this episode. Stronger Together, the GMA Pinoy TV podcast, is an original production of GMA International. This episode is produced by Gerald Vista and edited by Anton Taguilon.